Hi and welcome. My name is Hilary Terhune, and I'm a school-based physical therapist practicing in Maine. If you're feeling anything like me, since this COVID pandemic was announced, you've been overwhelmed by the amount of information available to you, and perhaps a little impatient to get started in meeting the needs of the students you serve. I wanted to introduce you to a document created by Connie Johnson and Michelle Wiley that will provide you a structure with which to make decisions and plan for services and supports to meet those needs. In this document, there are 3 steps to follow. Assessing the considerations, identifying the alternative educational model, and choosing appropriate activities to meet students' needs. The first step of the process is identifying the considerations that influence students, and in this, making the decisions that will impact your students. We need to consider 3 areas. We're looking at the social determinants of health. This refers to the impact of the environment on a person's well-being, whether it be social or physical place. Examples of these considerations are things like trauma and resources at the home level and family structure. Also considered are equity considerations like language accessibility and cultural consciousness. We must also adhere to district guidelines, legal and ethical considerations. Next, we have 3 options that are supported by the Department of Education called alternate educational models. These include curriculum-based materials, which could be made in hard copy, and in this form of support, it is indirect contact. In this model, the physical therapist can engage with families through written materials and DVDs sent to the home. The second option is instructional phone calls. We can make individual or conference connections with our families. Using this direct option, we can communicate directly with the student and/or the parent. This model technically falls under the telehealth rules. You do need access to a landline or cellular telephone. The third area covered would be online or virtual. This can be delivered in 2 forms, synchronous or asynchronous, or a combination of the 2. Synchronous refers to engagement at the same time, and asynchronous at different times. These can be counted as direct or indirect contact with the student, or as a consultation with the family, related services, or teachers and educational staff. The asynchronous options requires knowledge of a learning management system, and synchronous with a secure video connection. In both cases, you must have digital access and stable internet available. The third step is providing services with activities and supports to meet the needs of our students. So, this is your call to action. We need to be flexible and creative in learning new systems in this unprecedented time. We have an ethical obligation to provide services in the best way that we can, but it is doable. And when we approach it with this simple structure that was created in this document, we can actually do this. Thank you, and good luck.